Ladies and gentlemen, I'm certain that you've had a wonderful cruise to date, and thank you for coming to this destination lecture. We're going to be talking about what is truly one of the most remarkable engineering feats that the world has ever seen. I've titled this presentation, "The Engineering Wonders of the Panama Canal." And I certainly hope that you enjoy it. When you visit the Panama Canal, I believe this is going to be one of your highlights of your cruise. And perhaps knowing some of the background that I'm going to describe here will be helpful to you when you're actually at the canal. Whenever I'm talking to people about destinations, I'm interested in making certain that I get across to the audience, where is this particular spot? What is this particular spot all about? What is particularly interesting about the spot? What should I remember about this destination? And what should I definitely see? If you're able to, if I'm able to present that material and you're able to take in that material, I truly believe that the experience will be improved. So the first question is, where is the Panama Canal? Well, the Panama Canal is located in the southern part of what is considered Central America. So in the northern part, you have Mexico, goes down into Honduras and Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and then finally Panama. At one point, Panama was actually part of Colombia. And then this narrow isthmus of land connects to Colombia, which is formerly the northern part of South America. And as you can see on the slide, I've shown the exact locations and descriptions of the Central American countries. And you can see down at the bottom in Panama, about in the middle of the country, the Panama Canal. The next slide actually shows a relief of Panama itself with its various states. And you can see that to the east you have Colón, which is the entrance to the canal, and an interesting place to visit. And then on the western side, or what we call the Pacific Ocean side, is actually Panama City. And the canal is, the western end of it is really very near that city, which is the largest city in Panama. So you have a good feel for where the Panama Canal is actually located if you look carefully at these pictures. Now, what is the Panama Canal? The classic definition of the Panama Canal is a canal across Central America which produces a short route from the Atlantic Ocean ports to the Pacific Ocean without traveling entirely around South America. Now, just to give you a feel for what we're talking about here, and for those of you that want to know more about the Panama Canal, in the following day's lecture, I'm going to describe how the Panama Canal changed the trade routes. So I'm going to give a lot more information at that point. But if you look at this slide of South America, you can see up at the north where the Panama Canal is located, where you have the interface between South America and Central America. That shows where a ship can cross from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean via the Panama Canal. Now, if that canal was not present, one would have to go all the way around the eastern coastline of South America, all around the Horn of South America at its southern point, and then up the entire western coastline of South America. A tremendous trip, compared to being able to simply cross the Panama Canal and be relatively quickly from the Atlantic side to the Pacific side. Now, you might be a little surprised when I show you the Suez Canal, although we're supposed to be talking about the Panama Canal. But there's a method behind my madness. There are, as we speak today, and this will change in a few years, but as we speak today, there are two types of canals which have been built in the world. One canal is what is called a sea level canal, and the other canal is called a locked canal. The Suez Canal is a sea level canal, and the Panama Canal is a locked canal, and I want you to be able to know the difference. In fact, in the original design, the engineering design of the Panama Canal, there was great debate as to whether or not the Panama Canal should be a sea level canal or a locked canal. So let's talk for a moment about the Suez Canal. First of all, the Suez Canal, its location is shown here, and it actually connects the Red Sea and the Mediterranean Sea. And it is an incredible engineering structure itself. It's 118 miles long, which is very long, actually, for a canal. Now, here's a picture of it. The canal was actually opened in 1869, in November 17th. And I want you to look at this canal. Remember, I told you that this is a sea level canal. And the first thing I want you to notice about it is that the canal is wide. Take a look. That's a normal freighter in the water in the background, and you see the width of it. It's very wide. And then I want you to look at the coastline, and you're going to see that the coastline is very sandy. Sandy means that the movement of the soil is relatively soft and easy. You are not going to see the same kind of land associated with the Panama Canal. So that is what the Suez Canal actually looks like, and I want you to keep that in the back of your mind as we move toward discussing the Panama Canal. The Panama Canal, as I've already said, is one of the great engineering feats of all time. There's just no question about it. The canal literally changed the world. And not only did it change the world, but it also provided an amazing international story. And I'm going to try to give you the highlights of that story as we move forward. You already know that it's located, the canal itself is located in the Isthmus of Panama. Actually, as far back as 1513, and I want you to keep that date in mind. Remember that Columbus made his first voyage to the New World in 1498. So only 15 years later, Vasco Núñez de Balboa visited Panama, determined that in fact this location was the shortest distance from east to west, and he, along with 190 soldiers, transversed the 50 miles that is the isthmus and produced a road which was called the Camino Real to be able to bring Peruvian gold, which was mostly on the western shores,